Okay, folks, so we're back home again. Now, I'm showing you this morning's video, which is, running, you guys trying to get me to run with the sun over top of my head, right? Then we went to town and I showed you the handicap sticker, which was running at, what was that one? High noon, I think it was, or 2. I think it was 2 at that time, right? And then we went, after I got to my mom's, I dropped the food off, her supplies. I showed you the shed and those other clues, which had me running at 420. So this one was high noon, I think this one was 220, and this one was 420. So now I want to show you why I'm going to run at 222 or 2 o'clock. So we got to look at my shoes here to get a clue, right? So these are my shoes, my running shoes. So you see that number there, 27. I did the 27 there. Okay, so if we add that, we get 54. And if we go 5 times 4, we get 20. So that removes the 7s, right? So we get 20. If we add 20 to those 2s, we get 2, 2, 2, 0, or 2, 2, 2, 0. So these shoes tell me to run at 2, 2, 2. It's not 2, 2, 2 exactly. It means I'm to run at 2 o'clock for 22 minutes. That's what it means. I don't run at 2:22. I run at 2 o'clock for 22 minutes. So this is what I want to show you here. So I made this drawing just so you guys can understand what I see in my mind. So what they're trying to get me to do is run at high noon right here. This is where I live, right here, right there. So if I was to run at high noon, this planet would be tilted a little bit more like that, right? Probably like this. And I'd be running probably maybe with this magnetic wave here and not the earth wave. Just the way the waves are kind of coming in. It could be tilted towards that wave instead. Like you picture the earth being over here like this. So maybe you should draw a drawing there. So if this earth is here like this, you want to picture one being there. So this could be at 12. And that's where I don't want to run. And this here, right, the other time that they're trying to get me to run, this could be at 420. Right? Or maybe I should draw it over here. This is probably over like 420. So there's 12 here, I'm running in the electric wave. 420, I'm running in the electric wave. I don't want to run there. I want to run in the magnetic wave. So the previous thing where I showed you the fork, that still applies. It just where that wave is hitting at a particular time. So if I'm running at 222, I theorize that wave, it's covering a rather large piece of the earth, and that's where I live, right there. So I'll be running in that magnetic wave at 2 o'clock this afternoon. And this is 22 minutes. 11 minutes one way, 11 minutes back with the sound frequency on at 2 o'clock. That's my plan. I'm sticking to it. I'm not letting them change my mind. I just thought you need to see it visually, what I can see, so you can understand. So there's the wave there coming from the sun, and I gotta make sure I catch that green one and not the orange one. So I need those earth protons penetrating my eyes. So for that, you need to look at this here. So I drew that on there, I don't know, 4 years ago. This here is a stain on the wood. That's a stain on the wood, but there was a stain there. I could see a face in it. And there was a stain here, so I drew it on there. And there's 2 screws there. Those screws, inside there, they're green, but you can't tell. But if you look closer, probably this one, you can see that it's green. So it's a representation of having to have the earth or the earth protons enter my eyes, which is at 2 o'clock, while I'm running in this green wave. So the earth protons entering my eyes at 2 o'clock, they're going to be penetrating this particular electromagnetic wave, and that's what I'm trying to purify, this is the sound wave. So as I'm running down the Bandewab Road, listening to the frequencies, 22 minutes every day at 222 or at 2 o'clock, I'm gonna hijack this wave and make it positive. Right now it's negative. So I'll make it positive. Like that. This way it'll become positive. Now, as I'm running, these earth protons here, they're gonna become positive, and they're gonna bind over to here because that electromagnetic wave is negative. So these waves there will bind, these positive earth protons will bind to the electromagnetic wave because it's negative. That's the grandmother. That's the grandfather. So this one won't have anything bind to it because it'll be positive. I'm going to purify this wave, resurrect my grandfather's spirit, while at the same time binding this electric wave with earth protons. That's what those green eyes mean in that picture over there. Right there, the protons are going to bind that electric wave there. So that's my plan. That's what it looks like visually. She can understand what's going on. And those guys, this morning, tried to get me to run at high noon. That was a lie. And then the grocery store, I can't remember what that story was. Whether it was running at 2 o'clock or whatever. That was nonsense. So let's just say. Then running at 420, that was nonsense. So all three of those stories are evil spirits. They come from evil spirits. So I'm going to leave them there so you can understand the difficulty in what I have to do here. And now I have to come up with my own theories. And I come home and I'm like, I don't know, I'm going to run at 222. Why would I run at 222? So my mind is thinking, what purpose would I run at 222 for? So this here is what came to my mind. I could see that visually in my mind. And I thought, that's what needs to happen. And I added that little picture into my mind too. So those green protons entering my eyes, so there's the green screws. So this is what the evil spirits are trying to hide today. They're trying to get me to not run at 2 o'clock. Because they're afraid I'm going to power up that particular wave. So that's why they fed me 3 stories today of nonsense. Those 3 stories that you're going to watch prior to this video, they're all complete utter nonsense, man. This is the real McCoy. And there ain't nothing on earth and nobody in this universe that can stop me from, getting back my creation, man. Nothing can stop me. And nobody will.